Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Reveille Plays. Super excited. We got Wasteland 3. So for anybody who hasn't played Wasteland before, I never played the first one. I did play the second one actually not that long ago. I think back in December of 2019. So about maybe 9 months ago or so. It's a typical old school computer RPG role playing game, kind of similar in the same vein as like the original first two Fallout games and things like that. So it's kind of like that isometric kind of diagonal top down view, super in depth in terms of like skills and upgrading your guys and leveling up, getting experience. Usually there's lots of story, lots of choices that can be made. Any good CRPG, any good, in my opinion, anything that calls itself role playing, that it should be worthy of the role playing game, should have choices in it. And the more those choices actually impact the story or impact the game in one way or another, the better, as far as I'm concerned. And the way Wasteland 2 was, there was legit choices. For example, so the Wasteland universe basically goes like this. There was some kind of nuclear war at some point, and your typical post-apocalyptic world. Wasteland 2, you pick up with the Rangers. They're in, I want to say, Arizona, the wasteland desert of Arizona, and they're trying to keep order. And you go about, and there's a whole story there. I'm sure you could look it up and Google it. There's probably plenty of playthroughs and definitely plenty of explanations on YouTube and such of what that full storyline is. But basically, for example, one of the choices is you're a new ranger. You're set out to do a patrol, and while you're on your way to your destination, you get two distress calls. One from the Ag Center, which is this place that's basically the farm providing the food to everywhere. The other, I forget, it's the railroad, I think. But anyway, they provide like the water to the majority of the region in the area. And you have to make a decision. Do you go and save the Ag Center, or do you go save the railroad area? You can't do both. You have to choose one, and the story will be a bit different. The kinds of characters that you can recruit are different. Everything's different based on that choice, and there's plenty of choices like that. There's multiple ways to solve quests. You could go in guns blazing. You could do diplomatic approaches with speaking and choosing the right dialogue options. There's just tons of cool stuff. And that was Wasteland 2, which I don't remember when it came out. I know it was long before I played it. But here we have Wasteland 3. Super excited to get into this. I already took a peek at like the character creation, so there's some things that are a bit different in it. But let's get into it. And what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to separate the video into, character creation and then actually starting the storyline. That way, if people just want to jump into the story and jump into the game, seeing the gameplay, they can just do that and skip into that. And if they want to see, kind of my thought process behind character creation, they can see that as well. So let's get ready to do that. Now, also, before I start this, I do want to mention the fact that I'm very big on character creation. So when I play a role-playing game, I play it as original role-playing games were designed. Originally, a role-playing game, the whole concept or the allure of a role-playing game is you get to either take on a previously created character or create one from scratch yourself, and you basically be that character. So a lot of the choices that I make that may not even impact the gameplay, I still take seriously, like even down to like designing how the character looks. So you'll notice that when I get to the character creation, it might take a little bit longer than average. I'm not the type to just go in and hit randomize and just choose whatever it picks, or just go through just a couple of different shirts, pick that, and then go. I like to make sure that, everything that I have in my ability to try to influence the story or the background or whatever, I take seriously. So, with that said, let's get into it. I'm not going to talk, or I'm going to try to talk as little as possible during any cutscenes. So let's get into it. Here we go. Alright, I'm gonna go with this initial storyline. I like having friendly fire on. It was on in Wasteland 2. So like if you, for example, you had a shotgun and you had, you know, one or two guys in front of you, but you also had an ally in the same blast radius, you'd really have to be careful about that. But I don't know how difficult Wasteland 3 is going to be. I really don't. So if they have friendly fire off for this initial starting recommended, because that's what it says, right? So this difficulty here, new and returning players who want to experience the wastes as intended. Harsh but fair. So that's what I'm going to do. If this is anything like Wasteland 2, there'll be tons of replayability, like I mentioned with the branching storylines and such. So I'm most certainly going to do a second playthrough. I'll probably record that as well. We'll see. But if I do a second playthrough, I'm definitely going to bump up the difficulty here. But for now, let's just go with this and keep friendly fire off and go from here. Ranger HQ has dispatched a convoy of Rangers to Colorado to establish a lifeline of vital supplies to Arizona. So basically, we're going to Colorado. We are still the Rangers, it looks like, from Arizona. Every monster was a man first.
It's been a rough few years for the Desert Rangers. When the world ended, they tried to bring some order to what was left of Arizona. But then, the Cochise AI woke up, and they found themselves in a fight to the death with its robot army. In the end, they had to nuke their own base to kill the damn thing for good. Been hard going ever since. Then, the Rangers heard from a fella calling himself the Patriarch. Said he owned Colorado, but his kids were trying to steal it from him. And if the Rangers were to come and put him in their place, he'd give Arizona all the food and supplies it needed to rebuild and survive.
Whoa! Sorry, Major. No way we're getting through that.
10-4, Cody. Advance team reported an alternate route across a frozen lake. Find it.
Copy that.
Well, reluctant as the Rangers are to interfere in family squabbles, they weren't really in a position to say no.
Our route's around that dam on the far shore. Scouts, check out the ice and lead us across.
Yes, ma'am.
So the Brass sent Ranger Team November across the Rockies. Because the aid he was promising the Rangers wasn't just their best hope. It was their last.
Okay, Major. All good. Come ahead.
Yeah. It's been a rough road lately. But that's the thing about the Rangers. It doesn't matter how hard it gets, or how many of them fall. They keep on fighting. The Rangers never stop fighting.
Hell yeah. Frickin' Rangers are awesome. Alright, we're going to get into some character creation. Looks like we have some preset people. I didn't look at this the first time when I previewed the game. So this guy's got some automatic weapons, weapon modding, hard ass, small arms, first aid, brawling. Just trying to see what they choose as your starting people. to get an idea of, you know, what I might want to consider when I'm making my folks. Melee, armor modding, had a hard ass, small arms, mechanics, lockpicking, melee, sneaky, sniper rifles. All right. So it looks like they always have somebody with some kind of speaking skill, which makes sense and is good. All right. I'm going to create my own. So in Wasteland 2, when you started, you could create up to 4 custom characters to start off with. So I had, you know, a whole team that focused on different things. Skills are very important here. You know, there's like a typical CRPG. There's always skill checks. Sorry if I hit the mic. There's always skill checks, things like that. So it's important to have like a balanced team. To try not to spread your skills too much across a bunch of different things because you're limited. You know, you're not a god, so to speak, or a superhero. You don't get to spec up in every skill. So you really need to kind of strategize and focus on what you guys are gonna have. I don't know if they give you the ability to create additional characters later on in the game. I'm hoping they do, because I'd really like to bring all 4 characters that I used in Wasteland 2 back into this. But I'm going to go under the assumption that that's a no right now. It might just be you create 2 custom and then you recruit the rest. Maybe you get to recruit generic people that you end up making as your own. I'm not sure. But either way, we'll go with this first one here. Obviously, this is Reveille. Male.
Spotted.
I'm going to go with Stoic. Background. I think I already took a look at these before. I wanted to go with Mannerite, so he gets +1 to kiss ass. So he automatically has that ability. So the way I had it before, the 4 characters I had, Reveille was like my leader of the group, right? So he had mostly the diplomatic skills. He was the one that to do most of the conversating. So he had any kind of skills related to that, you know, charisma, things like that are all important. So I think I'm going to keep that here. So having +1 to kiss ass will be good for that. There we go. Appearance. When I looked through this, I wasn't really too happy with the different faces they had. I am quite pale myself, so we'll keep that skin color there. Let's go with here. Go with the high and tight. We'll go with the Merc. Actually, I do not like the way that looks. When I did a preview, that's the way I was going to go, but I really don't like the way that looks. I don't know if it's his face. Let me see if there's maybe another face that looks better with that. There we go. That doesn't look as bad. This just looks like, I don't know. I just picture him being like from Robin Hood Men in Tights or something, which is an incredibly old reference. But basically, it was a Robin Hood movie, I believe, in the 90s, where it was like a comedy spoof of it. And I just picture him saying a bunch of random, often not funny one-liners. So we'll go with that. I'm not going to go with any markings or anything on him. There we go. All right, beard, we'll keep that. Helmet. Typical ranger. I don't know. It just looks too big for his head, though. Maybe it'll look better when I change, you know, the jacket and the pants. I think I want to go with that. Jacket. I know I mentioned I take time when creating all this stuff, but I did already I knew it would take a while and it wouldn't make for good recording, so I already kind of previewed some of these and got a general idea. Yeah, I think I like that. Wait, there was one that had like a scarf. That's not bad. That's also not bad. It looks like a real cowboy ranger type. So there's this. And this. I think might go with, dang it. So what's going on in my head is, before I started using the moniker of Reveille for all of my stuff, I used to use the nickname Fate, F-A-Y-T-E. So when I played Wasteland 2 and I had to create 4 characters, I was like, alright, well, one of them will be Reveille. And I mentioned I made him kind of like the leader, talker of the group and so forth. I think I also did like shotguns with him and pistols. And then I made Fate. I made him kind of like a grizzled older guy. He was the kind of the sniper of the group and so forth. And then the other two I had Benbot or I think it was Benbot or Benson. That's it, Benson. Which is basically my son. My son's name is Ben. I forget. I think he was like assault rifle kind of guy. And I had Jenlin, which was modeled after my wife. None of that is really relative, but just so as I'm making him, I'm thinking of how, if I can create some of the other characters, what I kind of want their look and feel to be. You know, this. I really like this. I think that look goes good with his idea of being kind of a pistol user and the leader talker of the group. So we'll go with that. Armor color. It's weird. Like, go white, and it's not even really white. Right? Right? It always has this bluish tint to it. So like you go yellow and it's not really yellow, it's kind of this weird tan brown color. They all look like they were wearing some kind of blue. Well, I like that, kind of like a midnight blue color. That looks good. What's the original? And what does this change? Ah, okay. Whoa. I like the brown. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. So brown or white? Oof. That's ugly. Let's go with the brown. Physique. What is this? Slender. Jacked. Stocky. Miniature. Really miniature. Huge miniature. Yeah. I'm not really one to like be like, oh, my guy's gonna be super jacked, and medium and tall. or medium and average? Well, I am pretty tall, so we'll go with tall. Alright, portrait. That was that, or yeah, we'll go with that. Alright, good to go. Starting weapon. This is difficult because technically in Wasteland 2 I used him as like my shotgun and rifle and pistol guy. And my second character is going to be the assault rifle guy. Machine gun, submachine gun. This is tough. I want to make him my sniper rifle and my pistol. Well, he's definitely going to be pistol and something else. If I can create a secondary, like a third character, I'll create Fate and I'll make him my sniper rifle guy. If I can't, then I'll have to just recruit someone that's sniper rifles, or I could always add it to him. So he's either going to be pistol and shotgun or pistol and rifle. I don't know yet, because I don't know if I could create other characters, and even if so, I don't know how far into the game until that happens. But I know he's definitely going to be pistol, so that's what we'll do. Attributes. Alright, coordination is your physical condition, self-control, health. Alright, so this is my action points and resisting status effects. Luck gives you penetration and then extra critical chance things. Awareness, it increases your hit chance, your perception, and your range damage. Strength, more constitution, which affects your health. More per level, more melee damage, more throwing range. You can equip heavier things. Speed, so how quickly you can move, evade, what your initiative is. Intelligence, your critical chance, critical damage, heal chance, heal bonus, gain 1 skill. Alright. We're going to definitely put 2 in intelligence right off the bat. Charisma. Ooh, maybe do 1 there. Charisma. He's going to be the speaker for the group. They also have this thing called leadership. I don't recall exactly. I don't remember the full details of how it worked in Wasteland 2. But it was basically, if your character had leadership skill, then there would be a range around them, like a circle, a radius. And any allies within that range would get a bonus to their chance to hit and things. And then I believe any enemies would get like a negative effect. That might have only happened later on in the higher levels of leadership, and there might have been some other things too. But it was definitely helpful. Mission reward bonus bumps up to, I don't know what strike rate is. That's new to Wasteland 3. And experience bonus. So yeah, we'll bump them up too, charisma. Alright, so that takes care of, I look at like what are the 2 main things that the character is going to focus on. One is going to be how they're going to engage in combat. The other is what is going to be their extra thing, their extra support role. So he's the quote speaker of the group, so charisma is important for him. And then he's using a pistol, which doesn't have crazy range. So we're gonna want good combat speed, and initiative is good. So that's basically when you enter into combat, it's turn-based. So what place is your turn in the round. So it'll look at everybody's initiatives and any buffs or debuffs that are active and say, okay, this character goes first, this one goes second. So you definitely want a higher initiative just in general, but especially if you're using something like a pistol where you might have to go into cover, or you might have to get into range because you don't have the range of, say, a sniper rifle and things. And initiative is way important for like a melee character. But we'll just bump this up 1. So we'll get a little bit more combat speed. Evasion is good. It might take us a little bit longer to take down those guys. All right. Then what do we got? 3 more points. Strength. Not too worried. I don't plan on him being a grenade guy, so I'm not worried about throwing range. I'm not worried about being in melee and getting hit a lot, so I'm not worried about that, or melee damage. So I think we can keep strength at 2. Awareness, chance to hit. Perception is important. There's a lot of things that are kind of like randomized that happen even outside of combat. So for example, there might be like a hidden cave and you don't notice it unless you have a high enough perception and you walk by it and it triggers your character's perception, boom, and they notice it. Also like landmines, things like that. Plus this gives a bonus to range damage, which is our primary attack, right? Pistols. So definitely going to put 1 in there. We might add another, but we'll see. Luck, not really too worried about luck. Like you get, I mean, it's cool to get random bonuses to like everything, an extra action point and all that stuff, but I'm not really too worried about that. Coordination, action points. This is important. So action points, when it is your turn, you have a set amount of action points, and the different things you want to do will eat up those action points. Moving, shooting, healing, everything like that. So, being a pistol guy, we're probably going to want to move around a lot and heal. So we'll definitely put a point in there. We have 1 more to go. This says you gain an extra skill point for every 2 points in intelligence, and we're at level 3, so 1 more point will get us an extra skill point that we'll earn every time we level up. Plus, it's good. Alright, so we'll put an extra point there, we might as well. But then I wanted to put 1 more in maybe coordination and speed, or awareness and speed. So I'm going to take a point out of luck. I'm not really worried about that. And let's go. Let's see. Awareness. Right now we have +3 hit chance, +1 perception, and a range damage. This will give us 3 more range damage bonus. Another percentage point chance to hit, and another perception point. So will let us move more and give us high. I'm not really worried too much about that. This will give us an extra action point. So you notice, like, this one gives you your first extra action point. Now I leveled it up to level 3, but I don't get an extra action point until level 4. So it might be worth doing this since I'm already almost there, and be able to get an extra action point, which could come in handy. So it's that or perception. I think I'm gonna go here. I think this will serve me better. Alright. There we go. Skills. Alright. So, you already know that we are going to go with... Alright, so they really overhauled the skills. In Wasteland 2, there was literally a skill for like everything. For example, for guns, there was a pistol skill, there was a shotgun skill, there was an assault rifle skill, there was a submachine gun skill, there was a sniper rifle skill. Then even for melee combat, there was bladed weapon skill, there was blunt objects weapon skill, there was hand-to-hand skill. So like just for melee, there were 3 different skills just in melee. So you really had to specialize your character. You could have somebody that was like amazing with bladed weapons, did great with knives and swords and things like that, but then you come across like a really cool like hammer or lead pipe or I don't know, something like that, or something that's considered a blunt weapon, and you know you'd almost never hit with it because you know your bladed weapons are good, but you do sucky with blunt weapons. This, they changed that. Melee combat is its own thing. Melee is blunt and bladed. Looks like they kept brawling its own, which is cool. Would have been nice if they were all together, but I guess technically that makes sense. Just because you're good hand-to-hand fighting doesn't mean you're good when you're wielding a weapon. Automatic weapons. So now if you're good with an assault rifle, you're also good with a submachine gun, which I guess makes sense. Big guns, heavy machine gun, and flamethrower. Flamethrowers, I think, are new. I don't remember flamethrowers in Wasteland 2. Small arms. So this is perfect. So if you're good with small arms, you're good with a pistol and a shotgun, which totally fits the character that I'm making here. So revolvers, pump shotguns, auto shotguns, semi-auto pistols, and then sniper rifle is just sniper rifle. That's perfect. All right, we're gonna put. I think we're gonna do 2 here. Looks like if we go to 2, we get the ability to unlock a perk, which is cool. So we'll do 2 right there. General skills. Animal whisper. So in Wasteland 2, you could actually talk to the animals. And they'd actually, like, literally, you could talk to them as if they were just any other NPC. This says tame animals. So I'm thinking that just means, like, you don't really talk to them. They just become an ally. So I'm not worried about that. Explosives. Again, I'm not really planning on using grenades with this guy. First aid might come in handy. He might be the healer for now in my group. Sneaky shit, so like, you know, stealth and all that. Skip that for now. Weird science. That would be like, there could be computers to hack. Maybe that's nerdy stuff. I don't know. This increases damage you deal with unconventional or exotic weapons. Okay, so that's cool. Maybe you'll add to that later. I'm not worried right off the bat. Armor modding is back, so obviously that's just what it says. You can mod your armor to make it more resistant to things, have certain benefits. Some armor might have negative effects to it. You could take those off with certain modding. Lockpicking is quite obvious. You know, you can get into... Oh, they put lockpicking and cracking safes together. That's awesome. So those were 2 separate skills in Wasteland 2. You either could upgrade your lockpicking or your safe cracking. You could do both, but they were separate skill lines, right? So to be able to be good at both, you know, you had to waste a lot of skills. All right, what do they got? Nerd stuff. Hack computers and hack robots. All right, that's good. It's about the same. I don't think they called it nerd stuff, but it might have just been science skill. Mechanics, that's good. They just had a repair skill. But this is good. This you can fix generators and machines. You can you get greater effect of your repair kit. So that's cool. And you do more damage to, you know, certain things. That's good. Survival, damage versus animals and mutants. Yep, you could avoid. So there's like a world map where you travel from location to location. You could have random encounters. If you had a high survival skill, you could avoid those encounters if you wanted to, or had a greater chance of being able to avoid them in Wasteland 2. In Wasteland 2, you also had like a water gauge, because you're in the desert, so you could only travel so far, and if you didn't have enough water, you'd start taking damage, which would, you know, if you got into a random encounter and you had run out of water, you'd start the battle with lower health, so you had to kind of hop. You'd have to find oases to replenish your water, or hop from point to point instead of going straight there. I don't think they have water issues in this because you know, it's snowy everywhere. But that's cool. Toaster repair. So toasters in Wasteland 2. They're essentially special item chests, but they're literally toasters, and they'll have a difficulty rating to them. And in order to be able to open the toaster or repair the toaster, you need to have, that's the only thing this skill is for, is repairing toasters. And you usually would get unique items from those toasters that were required items to be able to complete certain side quests. And from completing those side quests with these unique items, you'd actually get like really cool weapons or, you know, very special things. So it is useful, but not something I want to waste our starting skill points on. And then weapon modding is modding the weapons. Then your social skills. So there's one missing here. So there's kiss ass, hard ass, and then in Wasteland 2 there was also smart ass. So when you were trying to persuade, it's basically your persuasion skills. So when you go to try to convince somebody of something, to do something, it does a skill check instead of just a general persuasion skill check. It was actually they were specified to a kiss ass. So when you were talking to somebody, you might only be able to persuade them if you had a high enough kiss ass, or a high enough hard ass, or high enough smart ass. Here it looks like they got rid of smart ass, but they kept the whole kiss ass, hard ass thing. I have that bonus to kiss ass because of my background, so I don't have to worry about putting a point there. I will put a point in hard ass just in case. And then I want to put a point in leadership, like I mentioned. So this gives certain bonuses to nearby allies. They change it a little bit. It says bonuses based on certain kills or reviving people. So it's not like an all-time bonus. It does +1 to hit chance, but all the other bonuses are based upon certain events, like killing a boss or killing multiple people or reviving people. So that kind of sucks, but we'll put 1 point there to test it out. And then I think I'll put a point in healing, because I'll need some type of healing, at least for now. I won't make him my main healer. I'm trying to think, because I have a second character who's going to do good at automatic weapons. He'll also be kind of my tinkerer. And again, like I said, you don't want to spread around your skills too much. It'd probably be good to get something up to level 2, but I just don't know what just yet. But this says +4 on revive. I don't know if that means I have to be the one that revives the character, or anybody that's revived in my radius gets +4 Constitution on healed. So to be on the safe side, I'll make myself the kind of temporary healer until I can look into that. Alright, we're good there. We got all that. Quirks. The way a quirk works is you get a positive, extra positive thing, like a perk, but you have an added negative to it. I don't want to mess around with that now because I really don't know what to expect from this game in terms of difficulty or how the skills intermingle with each other. I looked at these before. There was one that had to do with leadership or something. Like leadership has no benefits on you, but you have a +20 initiative. The way, I don't know how that works. My guy is the one with the leadership skill. And the way it worked in Wasteland 2, the leadership skill didn't do anything for you. It was just the people around you. So this wouldn't be a bad quirk to have if it works the same way here, because I'm not getting the leadership benefits anyway. So I'm basically getting a free +20% initiative. The problem is I don't know how that works here. Does that mean that it nullifies my own leadership ability to have leadership skill? I don't think so based on how I read that, but I'm not sure and I don't want to risk it. So we're going to go with no quirk. And why can't I? Why won't it let me go no quirk? Why won't it? It won't let me undo the quirk. That is odd. Alright, well, let's hope. That must be some kind of glitch. I didn't read what that popped up, but I thought it was just saying quirk, like just introducing you to the idea of what a quirk is. Maybe it said once you pick it, you can't undo it. But I haven't started the game, so that doesn't make sense. Oh well, I guess we're going with that quirk. Alright, there we go. Reveille is made. He is all set. He's using pistols. He's got good charisma. There he is. This is going to be based off of, let's see, my son here. So Benson. Male. That is an ugly looking male. No offense.
You started it. We're in it now. Shoot! Shoot! Shoot!
Coming!
They've spotted us.
They
see us.
And
If you want to brawl, knock yourselves out.
You crazy? Get ready. Let's do this shit.
Damn, shit just got real.
There's
New targets in.
thieves.
Oh man, this is not the best way. You started it. We'll finish it. We're in it now.
We'll go with recruit. Check a background. Experience bonus. +1 perception. Fire damage bonus. Explosive. Critical chance. Bonus damage to robots and vehicles. That's good. Now, he's not going to be a melee character. Evasion. Critical resistance. Bonus damage to humans. Combat speed. Hard ass. Let's see. I like this background. I like the paladin. People talk about shades of gray, but the brave see only black and white. You know right from wrong, and you've got the conviction to do something about it. You're going to bring some good back into this world if it kills you. At least you know you filled a lot of graves with scumbags first. Critical resistance. I don't really know what that is, but sure. What was the Mannerite? Yeah, we'll go with this. Alright. Good. Alright, appearance. Thank God. Let us get rid of this. Let's get rid of the hair right off the bat. First of all, it's like, yeah, there we go. Alright. Nah. Some interesting things going on here. What's this, Chris Jericho? The Hoff. Ha ha. There we go. All right, beard. We'll go no beard. Let's go back to face. There we go. This is tough. I don't really know what to go with here. Might have to ask my son which one he likes. Oh. We'll go with that. That kind of fits. Oh, that's even better. Looks more like a melee character in a way. Ugh. Yeah, we'll go with that. That looks good. All right, armor color. What does this change? Oof. That's not bad. All right, there we go. Zeke. Jacked. There we go. And we will go with that. Perfect. Alright. Starting weapon. This is easy. Assault rifle. Could always make him the heavy machine gunner instead of the assault rifle. That kind of fits him better. Now I'm not sure what I want to do. Damn it. This looks so good. Alright, let me ask him. Let's see. Hey, Ben! Come here, buddy. I need to know. I'm making your character. Do you want to start off with an assault rifle? Or a huge machine gun?
Heavy.
Yeah? Alright. Thanks, bud. Alright. He chose heavy. I had a feeling he would. Alright. Attributes. Let's see. Definitely gonna want some of that. Definitely gonna want to be able to move. Give him one more to awareness. One more strength. It's heavy weapons and all that. Plus he's probably going to be taking a lot of damage. And then give him an extra perception and hit chance and range damage bonus. More health. Which one was initiative under? We already got that up to level 4. So we can either get more health more, I'm thinking range, damage bonus, hit chance, and more perception might be good. Yeah, there we go. Alright, we'll go with that. And Oh, no, we're not done yet. Skills. Alright, obviously, big guns, right? The heavy machine gun and all that. Yeah, so we're going to have to do 2. And then, what do I want to worry about? None of the social skills. Cut those right out. Mechanics. Fix generators and machines. Yeah, we'll give them 1 in that. And thinking of either weird science, explosives. Dang it. I don't know what to do. Ooh, this will let them disarm landmines and traps. And, alright, yeah, we'll go with explosives. So, explosives, mechanics, and big guns. There we go. Alright. And I don't think I'm going to do a quirk here. Alright, so here we are. We have our team. Reveille, the talker for the group, uses pistols, a little bit of first aid. Benson, the heavy gun of the group, heavy machine guns, explosives, a little bit of mechanics. Boom, there we have it. Alright, we have our group, we have our team. We're going to get going into it. Thank you so much for checking this out. This went a little bit quicker than I expected, so I think we're definitely going to make this one video, and therefore forget all I said about next video and all that stuff. So this has been the character creation video for Wasteland 3. Once I hit confirm, we're gonna go ahead and go into the storyline and actually get some gameplay going. So thank you so much for checking this out. I really appreciate it. Any likes, views, comments, etc. Any improvements you think I can make to recording, the audio, anything like that, really appreciate it. I'm not looking to be anything huge or major on YouTube. It's 2020. There's a million people out there. I'm just looking to play some games, share that with all of you, maybe build a nice community. So thank you very much. And I will check you out in the next one. Take care. God bless.
Wait a minute. Maybe not. Howdy, Hotlander. Oh, as much fun as it is killing folk long distance, I like it best when the deluge of blood happens up close and personal. You know what I mean? The rest is gonna be sorry he stayed home. He loves him some entrails. You don't know much, do you? The Dorseys are the harbingers of the deluge, the motherfucking end of the old world and the beginning of the new. And it all begins here, you little prairie dog. What I do to you, the Dorsey's gonna do to all of Colorado. So squeal all you want. No one's coming to save you.